Bitzskee.
The Dragon and the Mouse. Rory and Miles, the Legend of the Sky Guardian. Episode 10, The Quest to Find the Dark Wizard. Prologue, The Final Path. The Valley of Windermere was quiet. Too quiet. The once bustling village lay still as families huddled in their homes. A heavy darkness had fallen across the land, and the young were sick and haunted by visions. The animals of the valley whispered tales of hope, praying the heroes would return. Hidden deep in the eternal forest, underground where the ancient temple of Windermere resided, the heroes had reached the final door. A great stone slab, sealed by old magic. Rory, the young dragon with gleaming chromium scales, stood tall beside his friends, Miles the mouse with thunderbolt boots and sterling spade, Maisie the smart and caring desert jerboa, and Ember, the brave and radiant red aura dragon. Together, they had faced many dangers. And now, with a sapphire staff, a magical artifact, passed down from the days of the old gods, they could unlock the final seal. "This is it, friends," said Miles, stepping forward with fire in his eyes. "For the valley. For the young villagers. For Tullius. Right, for my father. For Windermere," hollered Rory. "For the gods. For the realm," Maisie added. "For the aura dragons. For the future," roared Ember. They joined their heads together and chanted, "We've got this." But before they could step through the stone-crafted ancient doorway, Tullius the wise old tortoise gave a warning. "Thanasis is powerful," he said. "He deals in illusions and trickery. Do not be deceived." "We understand, Elder," the heroes nodded. Tullius broke the seal of the final door by chanting an ancient language. With the sapphire staff inserted into the pedestal, he gave it a twist. Click! The door grinded slowly open. As it did, a hypnotic blue and purple swirl of light emerged, a portal to the unknown was revealed. Hand in hand, the heroes stepped into the mysterious portal. The portal pulsed, flickered, then vanished. Tullius turned the staff once more to close the door, then removed the sapphire staff from the pedestal. Reading from an ancient scroll, he sealed the entrance behind the heroes, to ensure Thanasis could not escape. Just then, Bashir, the blacksmith panther, arrived at the temple holding a vial of glowing red liquid. "Tullius," he panted. "Tiggs. Your son." Tullius turned grey. "Is he okay?" "Yes, he seems unaffected by the dark magic. He is caring for Amor. He gave me this, he's made this potion. Said it might help the heroes. Said it came from a magic book." Tullius froze. "My book of wizard's alchemy? But he doesn't know I used to be a wizard. Does he?" "He found it," said Bashir. "He knows." The liquid inside pulsed with an alluring light energy. Tullius took the vial, fixated as he gazed upon his son's creation. "Then perhaps there's still hope." Chapter 1, The Mystic Cove. The heroes stumbled onto a sandy cove. Behind them, the portal blinked, then vanished with a blip. "That was weird," said Ember. "Is everyone all right?" "Yeah," the heroes nodded. The waves crashed against the jagged cliffs. Storm clouds rumbled in the sky. Strobed lightning flashed and illuminated the ocean behind them. "Where now?" asked Maisie. "I don't know," Miles said. "But we can't stay here." As they climbed a winding rocky path, Maisie paused. Her ears twitched. "It's Ra." "Turn back, Maisie, it is not worth it." Maisie shuddered. "Wait, no. It's not." "What's wrong?" Rory asked. "It's the Narcissus. He's pretending to be Ra again," Maisie whispered, closing her eyes to listen closer. A wicked laugh echoed in her mind. "You're clever, Jerboa," said the Narcissus. "But turn back, or you'll lose more than just hope." Maisie snapped. "Then I guess we'll lose everything, because we're not turning back." As she spoke those words, thunder rolled across the sky. The heroes gasped. The path opened onto a cliff, and in the distance, they saw a dark, crumbling castle. "That must be where Thanasis is," said Ember. "Let's go," instructed Miles. "But we must remain cautious." They made their way through wind and rain, the storm booming around them. The castle loomed ahead, eerie, broken, and waiting. The ground was sodden, every step became harder. Shadows creeped around them. "We can't walk through this, we are too small," cried Maisie. Miles jumped on Rory's back, and Maisie onto Ember's. The dragons trudged bravely on, through the quagmire, squelching beneath their feet. "This won't stop us," Rory bellowed. Back in the temple, Tullius and Bashir thumbed through old scrolls. "This potion," Tullius whispered, "it's not just any recipe. It's the potion of wizard's craft." "What does it do?" Bashir asked. "It gives the ability to harness a wizard's power. In the right hands, of course," the elder confirms. "Yes. With this, I can face the Narcissus again." "But you'll need help," Bashir fretted. "I have a plan," Tullius replied, stroking his beard. "But it will require trust." Chapter 2: The Mysterious Castle. As they approached, the castle doors creaked open on their own, groaning as the heroes entered. Inside, the shadows danced. Suddenly, whoosh! A red blur zipped past. "What was that?" Rory asked. Ember froze. "I saw that once before, at Lake Lucid, where I found the sapphire stone. I thought it was another aura dragon." "It can't be," said Miles. "It must be another illusion." "Thanasis, again," Ember whispered, clutching her head. "It's okay," Maisie said gently. "You care about your kind. But we're here with you. We'll get through this, together." "Yeah." "Together," Rory and Miles repeated. They pressed onwards. The hallway opened into a massive chamber, so dark, even Rory's flame couldn't reach the walls. Meanwhile, at the temple, Tullius and Bashir stood before the sealed portal. "This is it," Tullius said. "Break the seal, open the door, toss me the staff. Then, read the spell and seal it behind me." Bashir hesitated. "Half the potion now, half when we return." Tullius reminded him. "Bashir, this will work. Remember, my power is bound to the sapphire staff, but yours will wear away in minutes, he cautioned. The panther nodded, took a sip, and whispered the spell. Aperi, sigillum, Ianuum, Temples, Ultima. But nothing happened. A deathly silence filled the chamber. Suddenly, crack! The seal split open. Bashir's eyes lit up. With a heave, Bashir placed the sapphire staff into the pedestal and twisted. The door opened. Tullius loitered by the ancient doorway in wait. He shouted, "Now!" Bashir removed the staff and threw it to the elder. Tullius caught it, gave a wink, and disappeared into the portal. Behind him, Bashir chanted again. Obscenia, Ianuum, Temples, Ultima. The seal closed once more. Now! I wait, said Bashir. Inside the castle, Miles ran ahead. There! A mouse, it looks like. Me. The mouse turned, holding the sterling spade. Why do you have my spade? The mouse gormlessly smiled, then, poof! It vanished. Maisie pointed, You have your spade, Miles. Oh, yeah, he replied baffled. Another illusion, Maisie said. They pressed forward and reached a grand stairway. Footsteps echoed behind them. Tullius! Rory gasped as the old tortoise appeared. You're here, cried Ember. Tullius said nothing. He climbed the stairs slowly. Something's not right, Rory whispered. Tullius would trust us. At the top, Tullius turned, his face blank. You are not welcome here, he said in a cold voice. You're not Tullius, said Miles. Right again, hero of the realm, came Thanasis's voice. Mwahaha, Thanasis laughs. Tullius's form shimmered and disappeared. Suddenly in the next chamber, torches flared on their own. That must be it, Maisie squeaked. Together, they stepped forward. Lying there, look! Rory cried. A silver dragon, lifeless on the floor. Father, he shouted. Chapter 3, The Final Stand. The heroes rushed forward, then flash. The silver dragon vanished. Thunder cracked. Mwahaha! Thanasis appeared, tall and cloaked in swirling shadow. You didn't listen, fools, he laughed. Now I will be free. I will harness your mortal souls as energy, then escape this wretched place. Tullius had arrived in secret, unnoticed. He recalls this is where he learnt his wizardry. Tinjajal Castle, Thanasis must be here. He reminisced. Clutching the sapphire staff, his grasp tightened as he whispered. Me, occulto. Et domino, mio. Fallow. The illusion held. Thanasis would not see his true intent. Back in the main chamber, clutching his head, Rory wept. My father. It wasn't real. None of it. Maisie holds Rory's paw to comfort him. He tricked us all, she said. Thanasis sniggered. You're just youths. I am forever. Here is your first lesson. And it will be your last. A blast of dark energy struck. Rory shielded the team with his mighty wings. Smash! Rory's chromium scales were too strong. Now, let's end this. Miles galvanized his friends. The heroes leapt into action. Light, flame, agility, spade. But every time they struck, Thanasis turned to smoke. I told you. Mortals can't harm me, he bellowed. Then, the chamber fell silent. All of a sudden, a smoky net of shadows appeared and captured the heroes. Then footsteps echoed in the chamber, encroaching behind the young heroes. Tullius entered. My apprentice returns, Thanasis smiled. Tullius bowed. I've come to serve you once more. Then, destroy these heroes, demanded Thanasis. The heroes gasped. But why, Elder? Miles cried. Tullius turned to the heroes. He winked. He raised the sapphire staff. Is that really him? Ember whispered. Unsure, they all closed their eyes and braced themselves. We had a good run, Rory mumbled. With the hero's eyes closed, he turned back on Thanasis. Dominium. Mume. In perpetuum. Exilio. No. Not again. Thanasis screeched. Maisie opened an eye. Friends, look! A swirling portal opened, blue powerful energy buzzed. The sapphire staff shone brightly. The dark wizard was dragged in, screaming. You'll regret this, old tortoise. Blip. Gone. Tullius collapsed, exhausted. The net around the team dissolved, then vanished into thin air. The heroes rushed to the Elder's side. Then rumble. The castle began to crumble around them. Quick! Back to the cove! Tullius rasped. With haste Rory picked up the Elder, and they all dashed to escape the collapsing castle. Back at the cove, Tullius raised his staff. The portal appeared once more, visibly unstable. Rory, you need to charge when I say, Tullius directed. Rory nodded. Now! Rory rushed towards the pulsing portal. Back in the temple, Bashir noticed the seal shimmer. This must be it. He sipped the last of the potion. Then chanted the original spell and the seal cracked once more. Then crash! Rory smashed through the temple door with the heroes close behind, tumbling into a heap on the floor. Bashir jumped with a start as the large stone door shattered into pieces. Meow! Oh, thank the three gods, it's you guys, he yelped, catching his breath. He rushed over, checking on each of them. Tullius lay on the ground, utterly exhausted. I prepared this just for you, Bashir said. He lifted a small flask and gently poured herbal tea into the Elder's mouth. Heroes, there's more, over there, he added, then gestured to a tray on a stone table. The team gratefully accepted the tea, as they settled down in the chamber to recover. Tullius, with a wry smile, wheezed, Slowpoke snail who? Bashir retorted, Elder of the realm, you mean, and smirked. But don't tell anyone I said that, okay? Tullius laughed, though it shifted into a cough. Bashir helped Tullius up. He slung the weary Elder's arm over his shoulder and guided him to sit beside the others. A little rest and some tea later, Tullius stirred. heroes. Thank you all, he croaked. You are truly the best the valley could ask for. Elder, it was you, Rory said. You carried the weight of the whole valley for so long. It was you that exiled Thanasis again. Tullius corrected the Sky Guardian. That's not true, young dragon. It could not have been done without all of you. Including you, Bashir. Stop. You'll make me blush, Bashir chuckled. They all laughed. The weight of their journey finally began to lift. Miles stood up proudly. We all played our part. We are a team and we are all heroes. Here, they all cheered, raising their mugs in unison. I'm so proud of us all. Thanasis is gone. Hopefully, forever, Miles added, and they cheered once more. Back to the village, Bashir said. We must tell the others. Amor. He murmured. I hope she's okay? Yes, we must get back immediately, Tullius agreed. Epilogue, the Elder Savior. They rose through the ancient stone elevator and reached the eternal forest. Above, the sky was clear and blue, the dark magic finally banished from the land. The birds sang sweet melodies. Rory, take a look for us, Tullius asked. Rory grabbed Maisie and Miles, and he swooped into the sky. Wow! Rory gasped. It's more beautiful than ever. Go and join them, Ember, Tullius said. But I can't fly that high, she mumbled. With a gentle wave of the sapphire staff, Tullius whispered an incantation. Magic swirled around Ember. You can, now. Her wings shimmered, growing stronger, larger. This should be enough for a short flight, sweet Ember. Go. Be with your friends. Nervous but excited, Ember braced, and with a powerful flap, soared into the air and joined Rory in the sky. You can fly? Rory was astonished. Yes, for now, thanks to the Elder, she replied. That's amazing, Maisie beamed. She's amazing, Rory gushed, smiling proudly. Below, Tullius and Bashir began the long walk back to the village. Meet us there, Tullius called up. Don't be too long, but have fun. Can I ride Ember? Maisie asked. Of course, said Ember as she winked. Maisie jumped across, clutching tight. Whoosh! They darted through the skies, dragons flying free, laughing, spinning, and soaring above the valley. Look! Miles pointed. The barren grounds. Where once only scorched earth and frost lay, now green crept across the land. Trees grew. Rivers flowed. Life had returned. The valley. It's becoming whole again, Maisie marveled. They turned to head back when Ember caught sight of something beyond the horizon. Look, over there, she said, pointing past the glass cliffs. Beyond Lavarus, over the volcano, now resting and dormant. In the distance, islands were emerging from the ocean, newly formed from black stone and molten earth. Steam rose gently from their fresh coastlines. This must be because of Surtur, said the Sky Guardian. He saved the valley, and that lava. It must have formed the land and the islands beyond, added Miles. Wow! This is amazing. We must tell the village, Rory said. They soared through the sky. They reached Lake Lucid, pristine as it twinkled in the sunlight. Can I have a minute? Voiced Ember, gently. Of course. Don't be too long though, Rory said. Ember passed Maisie back to Rory, then spiraled down toward the water, splash. She dove deep. Beneath the surface, she hovered, eyes closed, remembering the aura dragons of her heritage. A promise unspoken. One day, she thought. Then, like a bullet, she rocketed back into the sky, as water droplets cascaded from her wings. Enough now, Ember, you're just showing off, Miles chuckled. Ember giggled. Rory gave Ember a reassuring nod. I just needed a minute. We understand, Maisie said warmly, we're all here for you. And, I didn't mean to be rude earlier, Miles apologized. It's okay, Miles. I was showing off. A little, she joshed, grinning. Now, Rory. Wanna race? Maisie and Miles exchanged a glance and gulped. Why not? Rory said. Ember called over, Maisie, jump on. Hold on tight, said Miles. And with that, zip! They took off, twisting and diving towards the village, able to have fun at last. Now above the village, filled with animals all gathered in awe, waving and cheering. It was like a festival had erupted from the ground itself. Mercia, Teagues, Amor, Rory's mother Ina, had quickly prepared food, drink, and banners to welcome home the heroes. Everyone from the village and beyond had gathered. Wow, look at everyone, Miles squeaked. A hero's welcome, Rory replied, eyes wide. They spotted Tullius and Bashir in the crowd, as they both proudly waved. Rory and Ember landed gently, greeted by roars and cheers. Animals from across the valley approached, offering gifts of food, feathers, polished stones, even hand-picked flowers and herbs. A tradition, when heroes return, the valley gives thanks. Overwhelmed but grateful, the heroes accepted each gift with heartfelt thanks. As the festivities rose into song and dance, Tullius rang a great bell, bing, bong, and called for silence. Everyone, please listen, he shouted. The crowd hushed. Thank you all for the heroes' welcome, they have more than earned it. The evil has been banished from the land thanks to these brave young souls. He turned to Rory, Maisie, Ember, and Miles. We must ensure they are cared for, and that the valley remains safe. Miles leapt onto Tullius's shoulder. It's not just us that are heroes, Tullius, Mercia, Teagues, and Bashir are too, he declared. All of us played a part. And all of you did too. The crowd erupted into laughter and cheers. And the barren grounds are growing again, Miles added. Tullius chuckled. Thank you for that untimely intervention, Miles, hero of the realm. Miles gave a cheeky grin, and everyone laughed. Tullius raised his mug high. It's wonderful to hear that the barren lands are alive once more. Old Windermere has a chance again. Maisie tugged at the elder's robe. We saw land emerging from the sea as well, she whispered. He turned to the horizon. Tullius addressed the crowd once more. And beyond the cliffs? New lands, new islands. Born of fire, born of Surta's sacrifice. Perhaps our story is not yet finished. He raised his mug higher. To the heroes. To the village. To the future of Windermere. Cheers, the crowd roared. That night, as the stars danced in the night sky and the firelight flickered in the village square, Maisie heard a familiar voice. "Maisie, it's me, Ra. Ra. We did it," she whispered. "I know. I'm proud of you all, and so are the other gods. Please pass on our gratitude to the heroes." "I will. Thank you, Ra. For everything." "You're welcome, deity." "Other gods, you say?" Maisie asked. "Yes, I am but one god." "We all made the sapphire staff," Ra said. "We entrusted Tullius with its power, and he did not let us down." "Wow, can I?" "Speak to the other gods too," she requested. "Maybe one day, little one. For now, go. Enjoy this moment." Maisie turned to the others. "It's Ra." He said, "Thank you." Together, they raised their mugs toward the heavens. The Sky Guardian stepped forward and toasted, to the gods, to the ones lost, and to the journey ahead. The team bowed their heads in unison. Festivities over, later that night, Tullius returned to his quiet home. He tucked Teagues into bed. "You have made me very proud, young one, a hero you will become." Teagues beamed, elated his father was proud of him. Tullius said good night and went to his room. About to place the staff beside his bed, he paused. The elder had a feeling he couldn't shift. Grasping the sapphire staff, his grip tightened. He walked over to the window and looked out over the hills. Thanassis. Banished again. But where did he go? He frowned, deep in thought. Windermere is safe, for now. He set the staff down, at last, and closed the door. Exhausted from it all, he went to bed, finally able to get some rest. Windermere thrives as it once did. The barren grounds blossomed once more as old Windermere rose from its ashes. New islands rise in the sea, untouched, unknown. But far beyond the glass cliffs, something stirs. The end. The heroes have saved Windermere once more, and have lived up to their destiny so far. Will the valley come calling again? Moral of the series: with family, friends, community and teamwork, anything is possible. With patience, respect, trust and just a little support, maybe one day you can be a hero too.
Bitzskee.